Okay, folks, little bit of background. So, there are honestly quite a few people that don't like Trump. Well, guess what? Here's the sad fact of the matter. Yeah, he lost all of his first loan. Let's move past that fact. Get over it. He went back to his dad a year after he lost the last dollar of his first loan. He got another $1 million loan. With that loan, having reinvested it intelligently this time, he was able to pay back both loans with interest. Now, folks, I can't even begin to describe to you how annoying it is to hear about that one mistake everyone made. Well, you know what? I could point out 1 million mistakes everyone makes at least once in their life. 1, trusting the wrong person to be a good person. Another one, trusting your best friend to actually keep secrets. Mistake number 3 is picking the wrong best friend. We've all been there. Anyone who claims to have never made that mistake is flat out lying. Mistake number 4 that people make. No one's perfect. Get over it. We all have our imperfections. Let's embrace them. Now, if you want to say that our president underperformed and is underperforming, let me make this clear. Nancy Pelosi said at the start of it that he was overreacting. Now she's saying he's underreacting. He's kept his same response intensity since day one. If you're a Democrat, if you support Nancy Pelosi and Patty Murray, do me a favor. Look at this side of the coin. Patty Murray pushed for the Affordable Care Act, which was enacted during Obama's presidency. Obama and our cruddy little senator here in the state of Washington screwed it up together. I remember what healthcare was like prior to the Affordable Care Act. You could get a half-hour appointment like it was nothing. If you needed an hour appointment with your doctor, you could schedule it like it was nothing. Now I'm lucky to be able to get a 15-minute appointment scheduled. Now, even furthermore, I can't even begin to describe to you how frustrating it is to hear people flaunting their big, giant, fat-ass credit scores. Oh, I've got a perfect credit score of 850. Well, guess what? You ever live in my shoes? Do you remember what it was like when your credit score sucked? Yeah, try that. I'm a former addict. I no longer think like an addict. Now, let me explain something to you folks. I am an entrepreneur. I have been making money on side hustles for a while. How much of a while? Try 21 years. Now, I promised I'd keep her name off camera. I promised I'd never mention her on the camera and all that. But you know what? My grandmother is one of the most condescending, disrespectful, discouraging, rude people I've ever met in my life. The worst of the worst. She's addicted to alcohol. I knew eventually I was going to say it in public. I'm sorry, but it's the fact. I'm not going to keep her little addiction private. I'm not going to specifically name which of my grandmas she is. I can tell you this much. She's one of the only two left that I've got, technically. But you know what? Both of those grandmas that are left, I don't even care about. I'm sorry to say it. I wouldn't even give them the time of day, because they're not worth the time to tell them the time of day. The reason I switched over to LDS is because the beliefs in the Catholic Church have strayed so far from its origin, it's not even funny. They deny the fact that there is a large amount of politics within the church. Most Catholics are far more likely to impose their will on other people. They'll impose their will on other people all the time. Now, let me explain to you this. I'm a former Catholic. I'm sitting here waiting on baptism. None of us that are waiting on baptism in the LDS Church have any idea when that's going to happen. We've got our paperwork signed. We've got our interview. We've done all that we need to do. As an update to what I'm waiting on right now, I'm waiting on the quarantine to be lifted. It ain't going to happen until at least May. Upon receiving of my check, you're going to see a very large amount of tools come in. I'm going to be doing a lot of unboxings. I have an exact list of everything I want to get. I have a detailed plan of what I'm going to do. Is it going to be easy? Not at all. I can assure you this much. I know what it takes to do what I want to do. I've done it before. My grandmother was very condescending. She says, a few contracts is not going to pay for your investment. No crap, dummy. I'm not looking to get an instant ROI here. She also stated, you can't just go off of a hope and a dream. Nah, you think? You think I don't already know that? Look, folks, when I get the stuff I'm getting, it's all going to be able to do a lot for me. You're going to see some things where I unbox them in my storage unit, simply because I can't have them in my apartment by all technicalities. Now, let me make some things clear. I have a lot of video by size. I've got so much video, I can't even begin to explain to you how much video I've got to edit. I'm behind on editing. And all hinges upon one little device not being charged. I'm doing my best. I can honestly tell all of you, it is not easy being a YouTube content creator. Not in the least. There are so many details that have to be taken into account. When is the next video going to get uploaded? What's the next video going to be? Where am I going to film it at? How am I going to film it? Which camera am I going to use? What message am I looking to convey? You people don't even know how easy it would be for me to script stuff and be some stupid actor who makes a lot of money on a bunch of bull crap and has statements that don't mean anything. I know how to blow up my channel and I won't. Check this out. For the last 3 consecutive months, I've either had an above average watch time and view count, or I've gained subscribers. Now, the simple fact of the matter here, before you go accusing me of not having drive, before you go accusing me of anything, you dang well better make sure you hear my side of the story. I have a lot of work that I do. Being a content creator, it's not as simple as push a few buttons, throw a video up on the internet. You have no idea what it's like to talk at a camera if you've never done it before. You folks out there over the land of the internet, it peck away a lot of the time on a lot of other channels. I don't blame you. But I see it all the time on these channels. Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I used to get that a lot too. Guess what? I don't get any of that anymore. Because people have realized I can spin their statements right back on them in about 3 seconds. And it doesn't even hurt me. Why doesn't it hurt me? Because I don't care. If I cared about literally everybody on the planet and making sure I met all their little nonsensical needs, I'd be miserable. There's a point in time where you just got to accept the fact that you can't please everyone. Therefore, keep your content positive, ignore your haters, and just let them be stupid by turning their statements back on them. People will come and go. It comes with the territory. Now, I'm not trying to push any of this or anything like that. But I do appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate it when you do view my video and leave a positive comment or even subscribe. You know, I love it when I get a subscriber that's long-term subscriber. I really appreciate getting a thumbs up or a thumbs down or even a comment. I enjoy reading the comments. I've actually caught up on all of my comments. I have videos that are waiting to be uploaded where I have stated I'm not caught up on the comments. I fell behind. According to this video, which was filmed on the morning of Wednesday, the 8th of April 2020, I'm all caught up on the comments. We're good. I'm just working on getting caught up on the loving the comments and stuff. That's the last little detail I've got left. That'll take me about 20 minutes. Now, here's the grand scheme of things. It's not that I don't like Dread Pirate Trucker. The only reason I unsubscribed from him is I have to protect me from becoming him. And by becoming him, I'd go back to where I was before I gave up my addictions. The reason I stopped subscribing to, the reason I unsubscribed from so many people, I don't even know why I'm subscribed to Ron Pratt. He doesn't respond to me. Nobody likes any of my comments on there. I must be blocked. That's the only conclusion I have. I don't even know why I give him the time out of my day to watch his videos when he probably has me blocked. I think maybe it's because I like watching the content. I used to be drug addicted. And when people don't understand, I used to be drug addicted. Look, the scars I have are not tracks. The scars I have are from learning trades. And when some a-hole says, we can't take you on because you've made too many mistakes in life, we're afraid that you'll make more, it doesn't bother me anymore. I have 2 scars on this thumb, on the webbing between right here, from a knife injury when I was opening bales of hay on the farm. I have another scar on that same webbing from when I was cleaning my knife when I was 8 years old in Boy Scouts. Sometimes you just gotta learn the hard way. I have scars on my head. If you look closely, there's a scar or 2 on my forehead. One of those that looks kind of like Harry Potter's except straight was from a piece of exercise equipment that snapped and the idiot let go. And it clocked me right in the head. I've been knocked out, I've been knocked down, but guess what? I got up every dang time and came back up nearly every time swinging. I wasn't going to go down without a fight. I prefer to love, and I do love. I become more and more like a horse. When crap starts hitting the fan, I prefer to just go away and let the uniforms take care of it, if you will. My fighting days are over. No, it's not because I'm too weak to fight. It's because I'm above that. I'm more mature than that. I've let go of the things I cannot control. There are so many things in life that bothers me. I've survived attacks. I've been beaten, I've been kicked around, and I've been knocked down so many times in my life, I can't even explain it. And before you folks go out there rattling off these immature comments to people, they don't impress very many people. The older I get, the less things impress me. One thing you all will learn is when you get rid of the sugar, the alcohol, the caffeine, the drugs, regardless of legality, when you get rid of chemical usage in general, and you go as natural as I have, nothing impresses you that used to. I can't even sit down in front of TV and watch Highway 401 that I used to enjoy watching. I don't even sit down and watch X-Men anymore. I don't watch any TV. It's all bull crap. I see through it all. I see all the negativity within it. And if you're watching television, you love negativity. It's that simple. If you love negativity, you're planting negativity. What I love the positive stuff. I get comments quite frequently on my YouTube channel. For the entire time frame of March 5th to April 5th of the year 2020, I had 19 comments overall, 5 shares. Now, one of my favorite things that I've ever seen is this. The times are dark in general, in the minds of lots of people, but in the people who are on God's side, who stand by God, who appreciate God, who are thankful for Him, are thankful for that things which they have. And I can truly sum it up quite beautifully. The beautiful way that I can sum it up is, sadly enough, the things that once impressed me don't impress me because they don't impress God. I don't try to impress anyone. I just be myself. I was talking with one of my co-workers that I work beside at times, and he said, Matt, I really miss working with you, man. We had a lot of fun working together, man. I wish they hadn't cut your hours like that. I said, you and me both. You and me both, man. They cut my hours ridiculously because there's nothing for me to do at this time with that particular contract, folks. There's nothing. I go in, I look around, I shoot some film, and you're going to see a lot of that film. I'm actually working on uploading some stuff to my Microsoft Office OneDrive account as we speak. This stuff is not easy. No one truly understands the technicalities and the technical difficulties that go along with what has to be done as a YouTube content creator. I keep the channel going not only for myself, but for you folks. You folks keep me going as much as I keep you going. We're all in this together. I could talk about a lot of negative things, but here's a positive thing that's come out of COVID-19. People are spending time with their families. People are learning that teachers were forced to take on a lot of responsibilities and details, and that teachers didn't feel it was okay for them to say, no, we can't teach this. We have enough to teach as it is. Parents are going to be learning for the next, well, because Idaho and Washington, because the states of Idaho and Washington have declared that there will be no more public school for the rest of the 2019-2020 school year. Parents are in for a harsh reality. The reality being, you brought the child on earth, you need to raise him up or her up to have a fighting chance in life with a skill, with a trade. Typing papers is not a good trade that'll last forever. I'm sorry, it's not. What is a good trade is being able to repair things, whether it be a computer, whether it be an appliance, whether it be getting into HVAC repairs, whether it be becoming an electrical contractor, whether it become being a plumber, a general contractor, a carpenter of, a building carpenter, a furniture carpenter, a fabricator, a welder. You gotta have a tangible trade, or you're not gonna have job security. Check this out. If I had a welder right now and the ability to run it, if I could get a welder and run it right now, I'd be doing it. I know how to weld. One thing that I'm looking at investing in is a TIG welder. I really have wanted to brush up on my TIG welding and so on and so forth, and this chunk of money I'm receiving soon is really going to assist with that. So what I'm doing right now, I'm transferring 32 gigabytes of video from my micro SD card up to my OneDrive account. Now, let me put it this way. I have two SD cards of 64 gigabytes apiece. I have one SD card that's 32 gigabytes, giving me a combined total of 128 plus 32 gives me 160 gigabytes of video that I've got to get off the cards and whatnot. I got to get this tablet charged. I think I've got the right charger on it now, and I definitely do. All these people that are worried about their devices and whatnot getting stolen, well, maybe if you'd keep track of it, it wouldn't get stolen. Now let me ask you folks, what are you doing sitting there on your couch, letting your kids play video games? What are you going to do to give them a fighting chance when they turn 18 and have to go out into the real world? What are you doing? This is the kind of wake-up call that I received from a fellow YouTube content creator's video. What are you doing? Go teach your kids something. Please, teach your kids. Teach your kids things you wish you'd been taught when you were their age and younger. Teach them the things that you wish you knew a lot earlier on in life. Teach them. Check this out right now. I can tell you factually, there's other ways to get education other than to pay for it. You can get an education by watching YouTube. But guess what? That'll only get you so far. You can get an education by going on as an apprentice. And you can learn a lot. I have a high school friend of mine. His name is Jake. And he's a FFA kid like myself. Well, guess what? He's out there busting his chops. He's got only months left of his apprenticeship before he can become a journeyman. And I can tell you right now, he loves it. He flies from helicopters. He repairs power lines from helicopters. He climbs these giant steel towers to go repair things on the towers. He climbs telephone poles, power poles. He installs power from the grid and brings it out to properties. He loves what he does because his office view changes every day. Do you know how boring it gets sitting there? Yeah, same office view as yesterday. Yep, same one as yesterday. I can tell you from personal experience as an entrepreneur who's done a lot of mowing in my life. My office view changed every day. One day I'd be mowing a giant lawn and have the view of a valley. Next day, I would have the view of a little white cottage with a lot of beautiful plants planted. Next day, I'd be out limbing trees on a customer's property with a pole saw, taking all the dead limbs off. Next day, I'd be excavating on the farm. Sometimes I'd be excavating on the farm 2, 3, 4 days in a row. It was what it was. And then back at it again, out to that customer. Now, mind you, I had a lot more customers than that. When my parents divorced, every day, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had my in-town work in this area that I currently am living near. I walked from the high school. I walked from the high school to 6th and Union to go mow a little white cottage. The SOBs who bought the place ripped out all her hard work. Oh well. She'll roll in her, she'll rain hell on them later. And then I walked to my mother's house over there near Rosa's Pizza in the town of Cheney. I'd walk, and then the next, on Saturday, Friday night, I'd rake for about an hour. We got a little deduction on rent because we were assisting in the upkeep of the property and whatnot. Our water was free because we watered the lawns. And we watered the lawn. We did our work. Now, continuing on to the next big thing here is On Saturdays, I'd go out to a large property out on some acreage, do a bunch of lawn mowing there, haul some stuff around for them on a wheelbarrow so they could do their gardening. Little old lady. Also, saying that on Sunday, I'd kind of relax, take a breather, go back to the farm on Sunday night. Ticked as hell that I had to work on a Sunday, doing stuff that I didn't do the rest of the week because I had no ability to do it because my dad wouldn't help, my stepmom wouldn't help. I had no say in the matter, so finally one day I left my dad and my stepmom high and dry. I said, screw it, I'm not coming back. I went back, got my stuff, and never went back. Because every weekend I'd come home and there was 3 days worth of chores completely undone. No one did what they were saying they were doing. Animals were so dehydrated they were drinking from a garden hose. Even chickens, so dehydrated they were drinking from a garden hose. I had to make a decision. I do regret it to a certain extent, but I don't. What I don't regret is saving myself and learning lessons from it. What I do regret is having to leave a flock of 30 chickens to die. Horses to die. I never wanted all that crap thrown in my lap. My parents lied. They said, oh, it doesn't affect you very much. Get over it. Bullshit. If you say that to your kids, what are you thinking? What are you thinking saying that stuff to your kids? You're denying that they're being affected by your stupid decisions. What are you doing? You affect your kids so greatly. Now is the biggest time of their lives for you to have the opportunity to fully impact their lives. I want to know, what are you doing? What are you doing? Teach them how you learned to do math. I can tell you right now, I can do this bullcrap block math, but I can do the same amount of problem solving in half the time with the old school methods. A lot of these new school methods take twice as long, take twice as much time up of the teachers to be able to teach anything. And you allow your kid, you are okay with your kids making backwards progress to be worse off each year than they were before. What are you doing? Wake up! Quit denying your children a shot at life. This is stupid of you people. I've said it to many parents and they're like, oh, well, it's not my job. What are you thinking? Do you care about anything more than a dang dollar bill? Check this out. How do I do my laundry? I go down to the bank. I get me a roll of quarters. I come home. I take my soap. I take my laundry. I go down to a laundromat to do my laundry because I don't have a washer and dryer, nor do I have the hookups for one where I'm living. Now, continuing on. Once I get it all washed, I gotta bring it all back up and put it away. You want to complain about your washer not being big enough? This roll of quarters, $10, only gets me 3 loads of laundry done. Only 3. You can get done 4, maybe even 5 loads to my 3, money-wise. What are you doing? Be appreciative of your stuff. Be appreciative of the blessings you have. Don't like your big mortgage payments? Downsize. What a concept. It's going to become a buyer's market in a hurry. So if you want to get out from underneath that house, what are you waiting on? Start preparing to sell it. Now is the time to downsize. Now my recommendation, go buy yourself an RV. Boil it down to the absolute bare necessities. Wait for the market to come way down. Then buy a house. A smaller one than what you had before. Cut down your workload. Cut down your expenses. Look, I had a base pay for the year 2019 of $11,300. My expenditures were well under that. They totaled to about $9,800. And some of my bills were higher than what they are this year. I had another bill last year that I don't have this year. I can guarantee you that on this year's income, I'm going to have a lower spending to income ratio. Not only that, I have side hustles that are bringing in some money. Little here, little there. It is what it is. If you're upset about not having enough money, what are you doing? Why are you still paying the same bills? Why aren't you downsizing? If you're afraid you're going to lose your home, why haven't you trimmed off your cable bill? Why have you ditched it? You can get a radio and have noisemakers cheaper than a cable bill. What are you doing? Come on, people, get it together. I'm giving you that same speech method that Johnny Mow gave me through one of his videos. You don't like how you don't have enough income right now because you got your hours cut, or you lost your job, or whatever have you. Why are you doing something about it? Do something about it. Get up there. Get up. Go out there. Get some stuff done about your situation. Make some phone calls. Get rid of your cable bill. You'll never miss it after 2 months without it. You won't even miss it. In fact, you'll wonder how you ever survived with it. You'll wonder what took you so long to do that. Furthermore, if you're drinking alcohol, I haven't had a sip of alcohol since September. I'm feeling beautiful. I'm feeling great. I cut the weed. I cut the alcohol. I cut the cigarettes. I cut the nicotine. I cut caffeine. I cut sugar. I cut so much junk out of my diet. I can't even describe how deeply that was affecting me. Even the medications. I have long-lasting energy. You don't need a chemical to be happy. Here's my experience from medications. They'd up one and get worse. They'd up the other and I'd go back to the other end of the worst spectrum. And they'd up the other one and they'd up it. And they just keep upping it. Next thing I know, I'm a zombie. I'm dang near overdosing. And needless to, not to mention this fact, I'm going crazy on that shit. Finally, I cut it. I feel beautiful. I feel great. I feel happy. I'm out there doing stuff. I feel great. Teach your kids to plant a garden. Teach them how to mow the lawn. Teach them things you are thankful you learned in life. Pay that forward to your kids. Cut the excuses. But man, you don't understand what it's like for a fat person. I'm skinny. You don't know what it's like to be fat. My mother was fat. My dad was fat. A lot of my mentors were fat. They said if they could go back, they wouldn't put themselves in predisposure for becoming fat. Guess what? You want to know how I maintain a really good physique? I'll tell you right now. Eating right, exercise, spending time with God, praying. What are you doing? Man, you don't know what it's like. You didn't have diabetes. Guess what? I did, but I was undiagnosed. I refuse to allow diagnosis of it. What are you doing? You're addicted. What are you doing? This is exactly the wake-up call you need. Come on, folks. Pull it together. You can do this. I'm rooting for you. God showed me the way. God showed me how to pull the will together to be able to do it. I did it. I followed His will. It's awesome. When you're working with God, life flows better. Everyone functions better together. But man, God doesn't exist. He's shown me no proof. He's underneath you. He's carrying you. Wake up. Do something about your life. Quit marinating in your misery. Quit torturing yourself. Pull it together, people. Don't be torturing yourself. But that pillow feels so good. You don't understand. What are you doing? Pull it together, folks. Let's do this. We can do this. I testify and I pray in the name of my Lord our God and Jesus Christ our Savior, who died on the cross, who gave His life for us to have an example of how to live. Now, folks, pull it together. Amen.